Welcome to Kimmy Chaos. I'm Kimmy, your favorite C-Cup Chaos Queen. Buckle up, babe. The tea is boiling and my tits are bouncing. All right, babes, it's time to stir it up. Welcome to Kimmy Chaos, the place where no celebrity is safe, and I serve the juiciest gossip with zero filter. If you're new here, subscribe and let's get right into it, because today we are talking about none other than Paige DeSorbo and her blonde obsession. Yep, you heard me. Grab your tea because this one is a hot one. So, Paige DeSorbo recently opened up about her breakup with Craig Conover, and of course she had to throw a little shade. Paige claims that every guy she's ever dated moves on with a blonde after her. And honey, she's stuck on this blonde thing. Here's what she said on the Giggly podcast. I'm not kidding. Every guy I've ever dated, I feel like immediately dates a blonde after. And I'm like, yeah, you didn't get me at all. Well, first of all, girl, it's called dating a type, not getting you. But okay, let's unpack this. Paige is out here acting like she's the only person who has ever dated a guy who then moves on to someone with lighter hair. Newsflash, honey, this happens to everyone. So don't act like you're the first one to deal with a post-breakup blonde situation. But let's get real here, because there's something deeper at play. Paige comments about blondes are screaming insecurity and projection. She's linking this idea that if a guy moves on to a blonde, it means that he never understood her, never loved her, never liked her. But hold up. Paige has a history of feeling overshadowed by blondes. Back in her modeling days, she said she was told she didn't get certain jobs because they went with a blonde. So let's connect the dots here. Is this really about Craig? Or is it about Paige not feeling enough compared to blondes? I mean, if every guy after you has to date a blonde, does that really say something about them? Or does it say something more about you and the insecurities you're still carrying around? And let's also talk about the projection here. Paige is out here saying that Craig's move to a blonde proves he never got her. But did she ever stop to think that, I don't know, maybe it's not about her at all? Maybe Craig's type just happens to be blonde, and that's okay. Or maybe he has a mix of blondes and brunettes and redheads, whatever. But no, Paige wants to take it as a personal attack. Almost like she's convinced that any guy who moves on with a blonde is somehow invalidating her entire existence, which I don't think that's a fact. I think that that's a little bit too much. I don't know. What do you think? It's honestly giving me a major, I'm the main character in my own drama energy. Like, girl, if you're the one that got away, why are you still talking about your ex in every single interview, every freaking chance you get? Why do you need to keep rehashing your breakup and trying to turn it into a sob story, victimizing yourself, honey? Paige says she's over Craig, right? But is she really? Because honestly, if you're really over it, move on with your life. You wouldn't be so pressed about the next blonde who comes around. But I'm starting to think it's more about her unresolved issues with herself. So why does she care so much about Craig's new girlfriend having blonde hair? Why is this even an issue? Because it really seems like she's projecting her own insecurities onto her exes and Craig. And honey, it's just not cute. Just move on with your life, enjoy your breadwinning phase, and enjoy yourself with your new boyfriend. I think she has a new boyfriend, right? So the real question for me is, what's the real problem here? It's not just about blondes or Craig's new relationship. It's about Paige still trying to define her self-worth through her exes. She's looking at Craig's new relationship with a blonde and thinking it says something about her. But In reality, it says more about her own issues. If you're truly secure in who you are, you wouldn't be obsessing over your exes and Craig's type or trying to read between the lines of his next relationship. You'd be out here living your best life, not making passive-aggressive comments about the blonde pattern. So, what do we think, Chaos Crew? Is Paige really just grappling with some deep-seated insecurities that are being projected onto her exes? Or is this just her way of holding on to some sense of control after a tough breakup? Personally, it feels like she's not as over Craig as she says she is. But hey, that's just my take. Drop your thoughts below. Is Paige just insecure, or is she making a bigger deal out of Craig's new blonde relationship than it actually is? Let me know what you think. As always, don't forget to hit that like button wherever the freak that is, share the drama with your friends, and subscribe for more unfiltered chaos. Peas boiling, and my tits are bouncing. See you next time.